dancing with friends.
Girl, let me wipe your eyes. Everything gonna be all right.
Singing her favorite songs. Buying her dream car.
She loved life. She loved to be around friends and family. She had it figured out.
This is Breonna Taylor, etched in her family's memories.
She was the closest thing to me. She was like my sister, my best friend, my cousin, all in one.
26 and full of life, a dedicated EMT with dreams of becoming a nurse, a helper, always there to lend a hand.
Say her name!
Breonna Taylor! Say her name! Breonna Taylor!
Now her name on the lips of so many protesters, continuing across the country seeking justice and police reform, pushing towards a national reckoning on race.
Does it make you proud knowing that Breonna is helping literally change the world right now?
I knew she was destined for greatness. I hate she had to go through this to prove it.
What do you think it will take for you to be able to grieve properly?
To know that these officers are going to be charged with a crime, to be held accountable for their actions.
What is the crime you think they're guilty of?
Murder.
On March 13th, as Breonna and her boyfriend, Kenny Walker, lay asleep in their bed, plainclothes police officers broke down their door using a battering ram on a no-knock drug warrant. Kenny, thinking intruders were violently breaking in, grabbed his licensed gun and fired a single shot, hitting one officer in the leg. The police returned fire with 20 bullets, 8 striking Breonna, killing her.
911 operator Harris, where is your emergency?
I don't know what's happening. Somebody kicked in the door and shot my girlfriend. Oh my God.
Can you check and see where she's been shot at?
I can't get on her stomach. No,
Okay. Is she alert and able to talk to you?
No, breathe.
Okay.
I think she's oh my God.
Police say they were looking for drugs, but none were found at the apartment. The drug dealer they were investigating had already been arrested earlier that day. Kenny was initially arrested and charged with attempted murder. His case has since been dropped. But nearly 3 months later, the officers are still on the job. No charges filed. Police say they only fired after Kenny first fired upon them.
If no-knock warrants were exercised against people living in Beverly Hills or Bel Air with the same frequency that they are exercised against Black people who live in Black neighborhoods, we would have far more constraints on police officers' ability to do that.
Kimberly Crenshaw is a law professor at Columbia University and UCLA.
If you are exercising your Second Amendment right to protect your home, you will shoot back. And when you shoot back, that becomes a justification for the police officers to completely take your home out.
After Breonna was killed, Tamika spent hours searching for her, grasping for answers, when she finally spoke to an officer at the scene.
He asked if Breonna or Kenny, if I knew if they had any enemies or anybody that would want to hurt them. And of course, no, absolutely not, I say. And he asked if anything had been going on with Breonna and Kenny. I asked, are you insinuating that Kenny did this? Because he would never.
And they're asking questions without letting you know that it was a police officer who had shot your daughter.
Exactly.
They could have told her what happened to Breonna, but they were in self-protection mode. And if we can get that good story together, we can muddy the waters enough so that there aren't going to be significant demands for an investigation. These are the kind of procedures that tell us that the police have too much power and control to determine the aftermath.
In a failed effort of transparency, the Louisville Metro Police Department released the incident report yesterday with virtually no details, listing Breonna's injuries as none.
Breonna Taylor's case is more representative of where we are as a country than the George Floyd's.
Lee Merritt represents Breonna's family.
More often than not, it happens like it happened to Breonna Taylor, where she's brutalized and killed and then criminalized. Her boyfriend goes to jail. The men who are responsible for her death are not fired or arrested.
The Louisville Metro Council is considering legislation to limit the use of no-knock warrants, but the practice remains in place.
I think it's insane. Why would you want to enter into a home in the middle of the night without announcing yourselves? Because had they done that, Breonna would have definitely let them in.
What do you miss the most about your daughter?
Her smile.
You have a vivid smile. Hers must have been dazzling.
Yeah.
That dazzling smile now plastered around the country, but her case was largely overlooked for 2 months until the release of Kenny's 911 call amidst protest over George Floyd's death.
In the beginning, it was just me and my family saying her name.
Say her name!
Breonna Taylor!
Say her name!
Breonna Taylor!
If we say the names of Black women who are killed by the police, we expand our understanding of all of the circumstances under which Black lives are put at risk.
Crenshaw started the Say Her Name campaign to raise awareness of Black women who were killed by police.
Think it's men, we think it happens in public space when there's an encounter, and then it escalates into a homicide. When the facts don't fit the frames, people forget the facts.
Do you know what happened to Breonna Taylor?
But today, celebrities from Cardi B
Do you know Breonna Taylor's story, her whole story?
to Ali Wong and Kerry Washington saying her name.
She motivated me. She supported me. She made me who I am today.
Back in Louisville, Brianna Flakes hopes her cousin Breonna's legacy transforms the world into a safer place for her son.
He's 6, but he's starting to understand. He's starting to realize. What? We need to let the world know that we as Black people are tired. We are tired.
Since losing her daughter, Tamika Palmer has been fighting for what's now known as Breonna's Law, the ban of no-knock warrants that allow officers to forcibly enter homes.
No family should ever have to go through this.
Respect Black women! Respect Black women!
It's bigger than Breonna now. To just have all these different people, these different walks of life come together and want the same thing. It's amazing.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.